Hi, I'm Dave Koch. Welcome back to my channel. Today, honestly, not the greatest day in the world. I did my taxes today. They didn't turn out that bad, but no matter how they turn out, doing taxes is never fun. So to get over the doing taxes, to feel good, I decided I'm gonna do a gear review. And I think now is a really good time. I'm heading out of town for an out-of-town shoot tomorrow, and I want to try something new when I'm out of town. Typically, when I'm out of town, I'll take MacBook Pro. And I'll just have the 116-inch screen to work with. And that's fine. I can work on a 16-inch screen, but you know, when I'm here or in the office or something, I've got 2, maybe 3 screens to work with. And, you know, I like to put Lightroom on one, and I don't know, maybe my folders on another so I can drag images in if I need, or Lightroom on one and Photoshop on another, run a video on a third so that I can watch something while I'm doing my work, or, you know, whatever. I don't know. Anyway, one is just so limiting to me, but you know, you're on the road, you got to make sacrifices, do things as best as you can. So I recently found out about a product that I thought would be really cool. And I mentioned it to my friend Dan Milstein, and he said, well, you know what I do? I use this. And I decided to go ahead and get one and try it out. And that is this, the UPerfect monitor. And this is a 15.6 inch monitor, so this should be, you know, roughly the same size as the MacBook Pro. I have not opened this yet. I have not looked at it. I have not tried it. I have not done anything. So this is a true unboxing. But just to give you a little bit of background on the UPerfect, it is a 14K monitor with 600 nits of not exposure, of brightness, 600 nits. I believe the MacBook Pro tops out at 1,000. I don't know. And to be honest, you know, numbers don't matter. It's how it works in the field that really matters. And we will be doing that. We will be showing this being used in the field. It's supposed to have the Adobe RGB gamut, so we should get good color. And let's take a look at what we get. We get, obviously, the monitor, a user manual, which, a little box of goodies. Let's see what's in here. Oh, it's a power adapter. So it looks like Type-C to wall plug, USA wall plug. I would assume if you order this in a different country, you would get a different wall plug. But we're going to hope for that. And then we've got a couple of cables. This looks like HDMI to Type-C. This looks like Type-C to Type-C. And a third one that looks like Type-C to Type-C. That should be good. I do not know what speed any of these are rated for, and I've just recently discovered that that is an important thing to find out. I'm trying to get all my Type-Cs to Type-Cs at least Thunderbolt 4 speed, if not Thunderbolt 5, because I am going to move up to Thunderbolt 5. More on that coming up later. All right, let's unwrap this and see what it looks like. See, this really is an unboxing. This is my first time ever looking at one of these. Ooh, this is a nice kind of leatherette case. Kind of like an iPad case. It has a magnet, it looks like there. And here's the monitor. And I am dumb. How does this go on? I guess, there we go. Oh, look at that. That looks really good. That is perfect so that I can set up a tilt for it. Maybe I will read the instructions. I do want to give this a fair shake. So that is it. That looks pretty good. It's a good size. Let's look. Oh, you know what? This is probably the bottom since it has feet on it. And So maybe this goes like that. I don't know. I'm going to have to figure this out. But that looks pretty good. I think we can make this work. Where are my connectors? Here we go on the side. Let's see. Looks like we have a power on off, a power in, and a Type-C connector. And I'm guessing that's going to be, oh, that's our menu selector and all that. Let's see. Does it have, it has no power on its own, no batteries, it doesn't look like, so it's not going to come on like that. Let's put it back in its little protective case, because there's one other thing I want to see right now, and that's how well this travels. If that's all I take, when I travel, I take 2, 3 cases, 4 cases. It really depends on what the job is. One case is a camera case, and I put everything I need into that. The minimum number of flashes that I need, not want, need. The camera, batteries, backup, all that stuff. That goes into a Pelican case that is carry-on that I can take on the plane with me. Also with me on the plane, I will take, thought I had, oh, here it is. I take this Thule backpack, which I find indispensable. And I load this up with my laptop in here, and then all my cables, my power supply. I never use the power supply at home, so it pretty much lives in here. And then I take an iPad in here, and any of the other gear and cases or anything like that, batteries that I need. So let's see, well, this will fit right in there perfectly. Okay, so that's great. That'll fit right in here, so I can take this on carry-on too. So that's good. My third and fourth cases, depending on what I take, one will be a long, thin case with light stands and or tripods, both, that sort of thing. And then I'll take a fourth case and check that, and that'll be my clothes, any other oversized gear, a second camera, because as long as I have a camera with me, I'm covered. Let's see, what else will I take? That's generally about it. And then, you know, that'll all be changed depending on what it is I'm shooting. This shoot, I will be shooting video, so I will have to take on my carry-on a gimbal. So that is something extra I'm going to have to take. But I think this will be good for this trip. So let's fly off to New York. Well, I think the shoot went rather well. We had a couple problems, as is to be expected. They didn't have the people to tow the aircraft out in the morning, so I shut the interiors in the morning, went back in the afternoon and shut the exteriors. But it's all done, and we're ready to do our import. So I'll just grab my card. And as you can see, I do have a second monitor all set up. So let me tell you about setting it up. It really was not all that hard. It ended up, all I needed to do was take one power cable and plug that in, and then another USB-C to USB-C, which I guess is Thunderbolt to USB-C. I don't know technically what it is, but there we go. You can see it's looking really good. I'm very happy with the setup. It was very small, and to my eye, it looks extremely similar to the MacBook Pro. Let's move a window back and forth. You can see the window is just about the same size, so it moves back and forth very, very easily. I'm really happy about that. All right, so we've got our images over here. Did we plug that in? Yeah, Nikon Z8. And here's our images. And I'm letting you look over my shoulder so you can see, you know, hopefully, I'll try and find a color image so that we can see them in both places. But the first thing I do is I Command A, select all of those, and then I move those to my import folder, which is on my main hard drive here. And I do that so that I have fast access to everything. You can see over here, it's coming in fairly fast. You know, we're at 5 gigabytes already of 12 gigabytes that we're bringing in. So yeah, it's moving along. Okay, in the meantime, let me get Lightroom ready. I mean, to me, that just looks nice and bright. All right, we are done copying 12 gigabytes. And that was using my, I don't even know who made this, but I did a gear review of that import thing. And I think right here, you can link and see it if you want. I would watch it because anything I do is really, really good. All right, so let's see, what is today? March 11th, 2025-03-11 and Grand Caravan. And I've forgotten the tail number, so we're just going to call it Grand Caravan for now. Typically for a plane, I'll put the tail number on. That'll help me find it later. So then we've got a nice empty thing to put it in there. And let's go over to import. And then we can select all, drag them across to here, put them in that folder, and import. And, you know, like I said, I'm just super happy with how good that looks. I'm going to turn it a little bit so I can see it a little better. But, yeah, let's take a look at that. That's a flash image. And let's zoom in just a little bit. Yeah, I mean, that looks crystal clear. That looks really good. I'm very, very happy with that. So yeah, we will go with that. So my bottom line on this, I'm extremely happy with it. I think it's got great color. It doesn't strobe or do anything weird when I move it back and forth between the two screens. It seems like it's an identical size. The color match looks really good. I mean, I don't see, this is a little less saturated. This is a little more saturated, but really it's close enough for working in the field. And like I said, this just slides in. I don't even notice that it's there in my backpack when I head out. So I'm gonna give this one a thumbs up. I'm happy with it. It does what it's supposed to do. It does it without bothering my workflow or anything. So that is a positive. So there you go. Well, I am going to bid you adieu from Islip on Long Island. I've never been here before, but I've had a great time while I was here, and I hope to come back again. Hopefully I'll be shooting a couple more planes. In any case, I hope your next shoot is as fun as my last shoot.